Hello YouTube! Hi guys, thank you for coming back to my channel and clicking on this video. This video is a long awaited, very wanted video. This video is my Harry Potter video question and answer. So, to cut a long story short, for those of you who have just clicked on this video randomly, hello. My name is Afshan, and most of you guys would know me from either Instagram or more famously being in Harry Potter. I played Padma Patel, one of the Patel twins in the Harry Potter films, and the majority of my fan base, my incredible fan base, is from that. Our Potterheads and our Harry Potter fans, which I'm so grateful for and so lucky for. And I get asked every single day questions on Harry Potter, so I just thought I would do one video to kind of answer everybody's questions and, you know, once and for all just kind of answer them, and then that's that. So without further ado, let's get started. Sorry, I've got all the questions on my phone. I showed you guys how much I had. I have so many questions. I don't know how I'm going to whittle them down. I asked you guys on Instagram to send me your questions, so... Oh, I finally got to the end, yeah. So, I actually don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm just going to go through, and if I find a question that I want to answer, that's what I'll do. So, let's get started. Majority of the questions were, how did I get the role? I've answered this before on a lot of Q&As, but for the purpose of this video. I was 15 in year 10 of secondary school, which I don't know for anyone else abroad, but yeah, I was 15 in year 10 of secondary school, and my school were holding open auditions, and the casting agents of the films came over to my school and kind of said, anyone who wants to audition, go after school and go on audition. And yeah, so me and my friends, as a joke, we went in after school, and then 12 auditions later they told me I got the role on my 16th birthday, which was the best present ever. They didn't actually know it was my birthday, but yeah, it was my birthday, and yeah, it was the best present ever. I remember being told I beat, I think, 8,000 people for the role. They auditioned 8,000 girls all across the UK, and I don't know how, I just luck, I got chosen. And yeah, when I think back, I just think, wow, like, yeah, the rest is history. I got a call on my 16th birthday in the morning, kind of afternoon, I was having lunch, and they were like, is this Afshan? I was like, yes. And they were like, we're the casting agents, we just want to let you know that, you know, we've cast you, you've got the role. I remember dropping my plate, screaming, and my mum coming running like from upstairs, like saying, who's died, because I was literally hysterical. And then my dad had to speak to them and be like, yep, pack your stuff, you're moving to London. And that's where my journey began, at the mere age of 16 years old, a birthday that I will never forget. Also, on the last audition of the Harry Potter film, of the Harry Potter audition, the last audition, they were all twins in the audition room. Every single person that was in the final audition were all identical twins, and obviously in the book, Padma and Parvati are identical twins. And in the audition, they were all identical twins. And then me and Shafali, and we were both like, yeah, we ain't gonna get this. And everyone had been to drama school. I'd never done drama in my life, apart from the kind of compulsory subjects that you have in school. I'd never taken it on as a career. I never kind of envisioned me ever to be an actress or anything like that. So yeah, so the whole room was full of twins, and they kept calling me. So the director who was in the room, the agents, they kept calling me through and pairing me up with different, like, one person of each twin, which was really weird. So I'd be sat there and they'd call in like one half of a twin, and I'd be like, this is a bit weird. And then me and Shafali, and then they were like because obviously I'm from Manchester, Shafali was actually from Birmingham, and they were like, can you do a Birmingham accent? And I was really good at accents. I kind of, fun fact, kind of still am. And yeah, and then I just found it really weird, like on the final audition, everyone was twins, and then me and Shafali got cast. And I remember asking Mike Newell, the director, afterwards, and he was saying he would rather have two people who had never acted before and didn't look alike that could act really naturally than someone that looked alike and that couldn't act. So that was a really big compliment from Mike Newell, and I always remember that he said that. So yep, thank you, Mike Newell. Why did you get the role of Padma and not Parvati? Good question. So I got cast as Padma Patel. As you Harry Potter fans know, there are two Patel twins, Parvati and Padma, and I got cast as Padma because in the Goblet of Fire film, which is important to say, I actually started at Goblet of Fire, so I got cast on the 4th Harry Potter films. That's where I started. In the Goblet of Fire film and books, the Yule Ball is a main kind of scene, main event in the films, and Padma and Parvati obviously go to the ball with Harry and Ron. I was actually taller than Daniel Radcliffe, who plays Harry, so I couldn't be Parvati because I would be dancing with Harry, and yeah, that would just look really weird if I was cowering over at Dan, whereas Rupert was actually taller than me, so it made sense. And Shafali, who got cast as Parvati, was shorter than Dan. So does that make sense? Because I was taller than Dan, in the films I couldn't actually dance with Harry, so they cast me as Padma. And they took ages to tell us which twin we were. We knew that we got the role, but they took us forever, and then afterwards they explained, and I was like, okay, cool. I mean, I got to go with Ron, and I love Ron, so yep. Did you graduate on set? Yes and no. So obviously, like I said, I was 16. I literally packed my bags and I moved to London. I was classed as a minor, so I needed kind of a chaperone with me. So me and like my mum and dad would take turns in kind of living out in London with me. I lived in London for the best part of 8.5 years, on and off. Majority of my time I was on set doing school. They were really, really strict on education. And it's kind of good because we were all kind of like the similar age, so we all had kind of tuition on set. Like, we'd have classrooms right by our changing rooms, and we'd all kind of like mess around, and it was just the coolest time ever. And it was great for my education because I had one-to-one tuition, like a class of 3 people. I remember one class, English class, was me, Matt and Alfie, who played Dean Thomas and Neville, you know, or then you'd go to science and it'd be me, Dan, and someone else. So there was these really small classes, but you were with your mates, so it was, you didn't feel any different. And also it was one-to-one because it was such a small class. So I did my GCSEs whilst I was there, I did my A-levels whilst I was there, and then when it came to university I was kind of like on and off set. So sometimes I'd be on set and sometimes I wasn't. So but yeah, I got my GCSEs, amazing results. I got my A-levels and AS levels whilst I was out there, and yeah, so I did majority of my education when I was filming. How many hours a day did you have to be on set? Yeah, so I had to be, well, we all had to be on set for a set number of hours on set, and then a set number of hours in education, and that's just how the law works with kind of actors that are in school. I don't know the hours. I'm sure someone will write exactly how long, but yeah, they were really, really strict about education and how long we'd have to be on set and off set. Did you get to keep your wand? No, I didn't. I've said this before, there's always like a wand police guy, always kind of stood at the end of set when they say cut and we leave set. There's always like this wand police, and he was called Gary, and he would literally, we'd have to hand in all of our wands to Gary. And yeah, so many times I kind of tried to slip it into my coke, but that didn't happen. Yeah, none of us got to keep our wand. How long were filming days? Okay, so this varies. If you were if you were in front of the camera a lot, filming days would go on for ages. Again, when we were in education under 18, we had to be on set for a set number of hours. However, filming days would go on and on and on. Once we came like over 18, we would be on set forever. Like literally we'd be at the studios forever. Night shoots as well were long. So it all depended on what scene and how kind of needed you were as well. Did you take anything from the set of the movies? Yes. Can't believe I'm saying this on camera, but yes, I did. I took, I'm not going to say stole, I borrowed, one day I'll give them back, I'm sure. I took, Padma and Parvati had these two kind of earrings. I took two of them. I took a necklace, we had like a pea necklace, and we had like rings as well. So I took my jewellery. What else I took my name from my dressing room. Did I take anything else? No, I don't remember taking anything else, and I think I'm going to stop there just in case I get in trouble for taking anything. Who is your favourite character from Harry Potter? My personal favourite character is Neville Longbottom. I absolutely love Neville. He's just the cutest character in the books, and I love how he evolves throughout the whole films and books as well, and how at the end we're literally cheering on with him. So yeah, Neville's my favourite. Were your parents strict to send you for the movie auditions? To be honest with you, for the first audition at school, my mum and dad had no idea. It was after school, so I think I told them that I was at like an after school club, because I knew that I would never get through. So I was like, yeah, let's go. Because by the way, me and my friends were huge, like huge Harry Potter fans. We would queue, we would read the books, we would pre-order. We were, obviously by that point, so many books and films had come out, so we were huge Harry Potter fans. So when they told us that the auditions were coming to our school, we were like, let's go. So yeah, my parents, they didn't know the first audition. Then when I was getting through and we had to kind of travel, I went around the whole of the UK doing auditions. I obviously had to tell my parents, and my mum and dad were like, yeah, go. They were really supportive. My mum was like, you're never going to get it. Not in a bad way. She now says that she didn't want to kind of get my hopes up just in case I didn't get it. So she would always be like, yeah, go for it, but don't worry if you don't, you know, you might not get through. I mean, this is a massive Hollywood film. I mean, a small girl from Manchester, my parents just never thought, myself as well, we never thought we were going to get it. So they were always kind of trying to be like, just go, have fun, you're never going to get it, but you know, we'll see. And now I got it. My mum was always like, I always knew that you'd get it. And I'm like, at the time, you were telling me, oh, you're not going to get it, just go. But yeah, mother's tactics, apparently they always know. But they were not strict, no, to answer your question. They were never strict for me. They always supported me. My dad was always a massive pusher in the sense of he always wanted me to be kind of in the media, and kind of, he actually wanted me to be a news reporter. But no, they were really supportive. I couldn't have asked for more supportive parents. Of all the Harry Potter movies you've done, what scene of yours did you love the most? Great question. Can I say two? For sheer kind of like my best memory and my best kind of moments on set was definitely the Yule Ball scenes. For me, the Goblet of Fire was kind of my entry into the Harry Potter world, was where it all begun. So for me, the Yule Ball scenes, all of them, was just amazing. Personally, and kind of for my career as well, it was so like poignant, and like it was just so memorable for me. I think to see everybody out of Hogwarts uniform and in kind of dress robes and a different kind of costume was really, really funny. And we've just really enjoyed it. I mean, just looking back now, we were so young, and we were kind of just like going through it all together. So for me, Yule Ball scene definitely was one of my most favourite. Another scene, which is a really random scene that nobody kind of would ever think that I would enjoy, was, I can't remember which film, I'm sure you guys will tell me down below, comment down below which film this was in, but there was a scene where we were all kind of in detention from Umbridge, and we were all kind of doing our exams, and Fred and George come in and kind of chase Umbridge out of the Great Hall with a massive firework dragon. And for us filming that scene, honest to God, this is the reason why I still remember it. It was my most favourite scene, because all we were doing was screaming and laughing, and I don't know what it was, we were all hysterical. We were all kind of like screaming, and the director was like, more laugh, more run around, and it was so much fun. All the kind of desks had these little holes in, and air would blow up kind of all the papers so that everything was like carnage. And I think we had like one shot to do it because obviously of the mess that it would create. So I just remember us all just going absolutely hysterical, and especially when majority of the scenes would kind of have to be like straight faced and kind of stuff like that. It was just so much fun doing that scene. Yeah, and the fact that I still remember that scene just goes to show how much I enjoyed it. So yes, random scene there that I enjoyed. We want a Padma and Parvati Yule Ball get up done justice. The movie costumes were really underwhelming. What did you think of them? Oh, I got asked this question a lot about our Yule Ball costumes. Guys, I had absolutely no say in it. You know me, if I did, the lehengas and the saris that I would have worn would not have looked like that. I always still say that I feel like I look like a fruit pastel. The colours, but you know, you get given them. Harry Potter had one of the biggest budget, kind of costume budget departments in the world, and they chose them costumes for us. I mean, I personally did not like them whatsoever. It's done now. It's iconic, as I call them. Who among the cast were closest to you? I got a lot of them questions as well, like who are my friends. Obviously Katie and Bonnie, who played Cho Chang and Ginny Weasley, are two of my best friends. Scarlett, who played Pansy Parkinson, she's one of my closest friends. I was messaging her yesterday. Whilst I was filming, majority of you will know, I was very close to Daniel Radcliffe. Me and him were very close friends. And yeah, he's mentioned a few times as well. We were very close. And you know what? We were all close. We were all the same age. We were all going through this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. There was not one person I actually didn't get along with. We were all chilling out after filming, going to eat, going to the movies, you know, doing things together. It was, honest to God, one of the best times of my life. And I kind of grew up with them. As much as I had friends in school, the majority of my kind of childhood was filming. So the friends that I made on set, as cliche as it sounds, we are and will be always part of each other's lives. Obviously people drift off and people move abroad and they live away from you. However, the power of social media makes sure that you guys can never actually lose contact. So yeah, we're really lucky in that sense, and only the people that were kind of together only know kind of like what we went through. So yeah, I had lots and lots of friends. Who else? Oh, I spoke to Alfie, who played Dean Thomas, like 2 weeks ago or last week, because he's just got a new show out, so I was like speaking to him about that. So yeah, I have lots of friends, and you all know. If you could play any other character in Harry Potter, who would it be and why? Okay, I would either have to be like Bellatrix and be like a really badass kind of like evil character that is so not me, and I would just love to play her, and she has the best one-liners ever. Or I'd love to play Luna Lovegood because she had the best costumes on set. Ivana, you know, you had the best costumes on set. They were wacky and wonderful, and the kind of like lion's head that she wore and all the outfits. Yeah, Luna. She was a very whimsical character, and I I'd love to play her. However, I could never do Luna justice, obviously, like Ivana. Ivana is Luna, so. What do you miss most about being on set? Ugh, this sounds so cliche. Like, everything that I say kind of sounds cliche, but I'm genuinely being serious. I miss the people. I miss just hanging out with the best people ever and kind of being a part of something that's so, like, when you're in it you don't realise what you're a part of and how big this is. However, looking back now, I just miss it all. The crew, and honestly the crew, we just had so much fun. The food on set, ask anyone who was in the Harry Potter films, ask anyone what the food was like in the canteens and offset. I put on so much weight because I just ate every second that I could. And yeah, the food on set, the people, filming, just being a part of it all. I was in this kind of like bubble where I just didn't want to kind of get out. But yeah, I miss everything and everyone. It's so cliche. And I know you guys probably want another answer, but seriously, how much was you paid? Not gonna answer that one. Let's just say they were generous, okay? What was your parents' reaction to you being picked? Again, they were so supportive. My family and I, you know, we were just so grateful, and kind of, I would take my family onto set and they would come stay with me in my apartment in London. And yeah, they was just so kind of overwhelmed with me, and I think yeah, they were just so supportive.
God, there are so many questions, guys.
Was it fun to learn how to waltz for the Yule Ball, and who did you get to dance with? Okay, so fun fact, I obviously, as you guys seen in the film, Ron didn't dance with me. However, we all had to learn the waltz for the Yule Ball. Everyone got given a CD with the music on. We would have a choreographer who would literally teach us the waltz every day. We would practice with each other, and then come to the scene. I didn't even dance, so yeah, but I knew the dance, I knew the waltz, so I would help the people. And then another fun fact is I actually did get to dance in the mosh pit. We got to dance. We had to change our kind of costume so that nobody would spot us in the mosh pit when Jarvis Cocker was kind of on the band. So yeah, I got to dance in the mosh pit, and also at the end you can see me in the back kind of dancing with a Durmstrang. I got to dance with a Durmstrang. Were you a fan before you became the Harry Potter movie actor? Yes, I just mentioned that before. I was a huge fan. Huge fan. Did you wish you could have been a Ravenclaw in the movies like you are in the books, or were you glad to be a Gryffindor? Well spotted. So for the Harry Potter fans that are loyal to the story, in the books, Padma Patel is in Ravenclaw, and in the films, I was a Gryffindor. Now, the story about that was, yeah, so I was in Ravenclaw in the books. At the auditions, Mike Newell, once we first got like the role, me and Shafali, who played my twin, it's clear to say we look nothing alike. Nothing alike. And because we were new characters being introduced to, you know, the fourth film, Mike, the director, and the producers didn't want people to be like, who are they? So he put me into Gryffindor so that in every scene we would be together, and as we were walking around, you know, with that "Hi Harry" that we would be saying in every scene. So yeah, he put me into Gryffindor so that we would be together, and kind of so that the public and fans would know that we were the Patel twins. So it just made sense for me to move over to Gryffindor, which I'm actually happy about because I did take the Pottermore test and I am a Gryffindor. That's another answer that a lot of people have asked me, another question. What was your funniest moment behind the scenes? Oh, funniest moments. Honest to God, when you're in set for 8.5 years, so much stuff happens that you can't remember. James and Oliver, who played the Weasley twins, they obviously are the biggest pranksters in the film, but also offset, they'd love to bully me. So if you ever kind of ask James and Oliver any questions, ask them how and why they bullied me throughout the whole film. Well, it was all jokes and banter and all out of love, but yeah, they would do the funniest things to me and say the funniest things. So yeah, something to do with them. If you were given the role of Hermione, would you have done it? Yeah, obviously, who wouldn't? How did they film the Mad-Eye Moody spider scene with you? Ooh, can I tell? Yeah, I'm sure I can tell you now. It was ages ago. So in the fourth film, Mad-Eye Moody, obviously there's a scene where a massive spider gets put on my arm and it's crawling on me. As real as it looked, it wasn't real. Okay, guys, I'm sorry to say, it wasn't real. It was CGI and I had to pretend and act, which goes to show I was acting with nothing on my arm. Yeah, so I just had to kind of look and pretend there was a spider on my arm, and then when I saw the actual film and how big they made the spider, I was literally like, oh my god. But there was no way in anything that a real spider was going to sit on my arm. Hell no. So yeah, that was CGI and it was done very, very well. How did you feel pre and post Harry Potter movie shooting? I miss you guys all so badly. Oh, I said it before, I miss it all. Pre-filming, I was so nervous before I started. I was like literally a fan on set, like looking around, like calling everyone by their by their character names, and kind of be like, hi Harry, hi Ron, hi Hermione, and they were like, yeah, my name's not thinking. They didn't actually say that, but in my head I was like, oh my god, these are the people that I've been watching growing up with. And then after a few weeks it was like, alright Dan. Probably too late to ask, but how does it feel being a part of something so magical and special? I'm super jealous of you. Don't be jealous of me, guys. How does it feel? I am extremely grateful, and I know how extremely lucky I am to have had the opportunity that I've had. Without Harry Potter, I wouldn't have been able to travel as much as I can or experience the kind of things that I have experienced. Obviously it's given me and it's set me up for life, alhamdulillah, and it's kind of paved the way for where I am today. I'm so blessed and so lucky, and I thank God every day for kind of gifting me with that role and that opportunity, because without that I wouldn't be here doing this YouTube channel and do this video. So honestly, I thank God every day, and I'm so lucky, and I know how lucky I am. Yeah, I'm just super lucky. Did you ever meet J.K. Rowling? Yes, I did meet J.K. Rowling a couple of times at the premieres and also on set. I remember the first time I met her, we were at the premiere for Goblet of Fire, and she was kind of stood like next to me with her husband, and I was stood there with my brother, and I literally was so nervous. I've just done, bear in mind, the biggest red carpet in the world. It was like the world's biggest premiere at the time, and it was my first ever one, and I took all my brothers with me, and it was like just insane. I remember going to the after party and kind of J.K. Rowling stood literally here, like, and she was looking at me and I was like looking at her, and I was nudging my brother like, oh my god, I have to speak to her, like, you know, I have to speak to her. And then I got a tap on my shoulder and she was like, hi, I'm Jo. And I was like, I know. And weirdly enough, so surreal, but she was thanking me and being like, thank you so much for your portrayal of Padma, like, you know, they cast you so well, and, you know, I just want to say thank you. And I was like, you're thanking me? I'm thanking you for even creating the character, even like making this all happen for me. Like, I owe you my life. And she was like so humble and such a beautiful woman. And every time she'd come on set, and I'd see her, she'd be like, hi, and honest to God, like, I owe her everything. J.K. Rowling, if you're watching this, I owe you my life, and I'm so grateful for your existence and your imagination and kind of just you. So yeah, I have met her, and I've been really geeky towards her every time because I've just been thanking her every time I meet her. She's an amazing woman as well. Were you ever in awe of the adult actors on the film set? Yes, the adult actors on Harry Potter were the best of the best. We had an all-British cast. J.K. Rowling and the directors and producers were very, very strongly they wanted a full British cast. The adult actors, let's go through them all. Alan Rickman, Gary Oldman, Robbie Coltrane, Imelda Staunton, Maggie Smith, to name a few. I was working on set with the best actors in the world, and I was sat there literally, and especially in the Great Hall scenes when they were always there with us, and when we'd go off set, all the cast would be taken to one area, and so when we would sit in our chairs and everything, I literally look at them and be like, oh my god, Gary Oldman, like, how is Alan Rickman there? And you know, all Maggie Smith. I was doing my anthology in like GCSE time on a character. Maggie Smith played her, and I was literally like the best of the best. I was more overwhelmed and kind of starstruck seeing them than anyone else. And Helena Bonham Carter, who played Bellatrix, actually came up to me and said that I had beautiful eyes, and I will never forget that ever. We were doing a night shoot for the battle scene, and we were all waiting in kind of one of the tents, and she came up to me and she was like, you have the most beautiful eyes, and I was like, thanks. She was dressed up as Bellatrix at the time. It was actually quite scary. Speaking of scary, Ray Fiennes, who plays Voldemort, when he's in character, there's just something about him that is just so eerily nice. I don't know, like when he like swooshes past, he tries to scare you every time, but when he like swooshes past, I'm like mesmerized by him. He is the most scariest man when he's in character, but there's something so mesmerizing about him that honestly, yeah, legends. Spill the tea. Did any of the cast date in secret? Well, that's a secret. I'm not saying anything. Did you get to eat the food that was served in the Great Hall? Yeah, and a lot of it. So, another inside scoop. On the Great Hall, obviously you get to see that incredible food, like literally on every single table. The majority of it isn't real. However, whatever's in front of our plates is. And imagine you're doing 20 takes. You have to eat 20 times. We got dodgy stomachs, we got it all, okay? They would heat up the food, sometimes it'd be cold. Yeah, and after a while you got to kind of learn how to kind of just, and also for continuity purposes, if you'd eaten like a whole thing in every scene, you'd have to eat that whole thing. Rupert would do it every time, like every time. But yeah, we did, we ate a lot of the food. Do you get royalties from the movies? Yes. What was the makeup process for you when filming? Did you do your own makeup at all? Never been asked that question. The makeup process was, let me tell you, me and Shafali were the first ones in and the last ones out. Okay, if you see the films, I had hair literally past my bum. I had the longest hair, it was all natural. It was all natural hair, and Shafali had to have a weave put in so that we'd have matching hair lengths. I was a lot fairer than Shafali, so the makeup process, they'd make me a lot darker. She had like a beauty spot here. They would like put the beauty spots, kind of like mark them onto the face. Even though on camera you couldn't see, the attention to detail that they would do would be like incredible. So yeah, I'd have like these beauty spots being put on, hairlines added. literally we'd be in there for ages. Me and Shafali were like literally the first ones in, the last ones out. Hair wise, we'd have to have the same hair, and obviously being twins in the films, it was never easy to kind of like match us up. We would never do our own makeup. It was always the amazing, beautiful makeup artists who I will always have a soft spot for. I love them all to bits. I miss them too. This is a really sad video because I'm like remembering everyone. How did people at your school react to you when you came back after filming? So I would be gone for like 6 months straight, if that, like maybe even longer. So when I would come back to school, for me it'd be really, really surreal. Like I would see my friends and have to be like in class knowing like I was on a film set like literally a day ago. I did feel a bit isolated, I guess, now looking back, because I don't know, I just wasn't kind of mentally at school, if you know what I mean. I had to grow up a lot faster than the kids at school and college. I feel like I was having these experiences that were like once in a lifetime opportunity, like experiences, and when I'd come back to school and people were kind of talking about things that I was just not interested in, and kind of like really irrelevant things, whereas I was worrying about what my call time was going to be the next day, and like when the next time I'm going to be going to London. And you know, I'd be travelling back and forth from Manchester and London, taking my schoolwork with me, and kind of like, it was just really hectic, but the best time. And my teachers were really, really supportive as well, like kind of sending me work and, you know, kind of always keeping me up to date. But the students in the school, they weren't horrible, but they weren't nice. It was just kind of like, oh, okay, here she is, she's back again. But no one really understood, if you know what I mean. No one understood me. And what I was kind of going through, and unless you're kind of there, I don't think anyone would understand what I'd be going through. What was your wand like, and did you get to choose your wand? Yes, I got to choose my wand. It was the coolest thing ever. They brought us into a room when we first got the role, and there was a long table, and there were like thousands of wands, and they literally were like, choose which one do you want. So I was going through them all, and I found one. You guys are gonna laugh. I found a wand that had pizzas on it. It literally was like a pizza slice. And yeah, I chose that, and that was my wand. So yeah, I got to choose my wand, and that was, if you find a Y wand out there, it's got like little pizzas on it. That was my wand. Okay, this is the last question, because literally there's just too many questions. I did not expect this many questions to be asked. I'm so sorry if I've not answered your question. Like I said, comment below your question and I'll try and answer it if it's not been answered already in this video. But yeah, the last question is, if you could sum up your time in Harry Potter in one word, what would it be? Oh, if I could sum up my time on Harry Potter, what would it be? Without being like really cheesy, I'd say unforgettable. My time on Harry Potter was definitely unforgettable. Harry Potter was an incredible time for me. I kind of grew up so quickly because I was juggling work, my school life, family, away from home, social life, kind of juggling it all at the age of 16. And yeah, I had to grow up really fast. It kind of shaped me to be the person that I am today. I would never have had this many incredible opportunities without Harry Potter. The fans, you guys keep this whole fandom alive. Harry Potter, it will never ever ever end, because the magic of J.K. Rowling's books. The films are always shown on TV. I always get notifications from you guys whenever it's showing, which I love, because it's a worldwide thing. You know, I get recognized all over the world, which is so surreal, but honestly it just shows the power and the magic of the books. And I am truly grateful from literally the bottom of my heart. I am so grateful for every single one of you that appreciate us as a whole cast member and appreciate the films and kind of show me love daily on my social media. Without you guys, I wouldn't have been here and I wouldn't have been doing this right now. But yeah, I'm so proud to be a part of it, and this tiny little part that I was in this huge phenomenon, you know, I will never ever ever take it for granted. So yeah, that's that. And yeah, so this is the end of my video. I hope I got to answer your question. Like I said a million times, if I haven't, please comment down below and I will try and answer your question. But that's that. I mean, I wanted to do one final Harry Potter question and answer, which this is it. I kind of tried to pick the most random questions. I think, I don't even know how many questions I got. Thousands. So I tried to whittle it down and hopefully I've answered your question. I'm really sorry if I haven't. And yeah, I mean, I don't even know what I look like in this video. I'm sorry if I look a mess. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I hope I got to answer some of your, you know, your questions and you got an in-depth idea of life when I was filming. That was a very long time ago now. I'm 30 years old. I was 16 when I started filming. Very long time ago, but one that I will never forget. So yeah. Thank you for watching my video and I shall see you next time. Bye!